Good evening, folks. So I've been having a bit of a sort out. It's a bit noisy in the garage with the pump going and topping up as well. Just done a big old clean on the zoom your house a little bit there. There you go. A big old clean on the Easy Pod. Just because it hadn't had one, so I brought the air pump in and give it a whirl. So I've just shut down the greenhouse pond for now because we're going away for a few days, and I can't set two up. So you can probably see through the window over there. So I've just give that one a damn good clean out. They're all in fine fettle, and like I say, the greenhouse pond, that one there, I've emptied that right down, and we've taken the fish out of there. So I'll flip you around and we'll have a quick look as we get them out. But the difference in size is the most noticeable thing. Obviously the temperatures haven't been great, and it's not heated in the garage at all. So so they've really not done a great deal in terms of putting size on. There were a few that did, but they've gone up to my brother's place to move on. And there's a couple of big ones in here, to be fair, a couple of reasonable sized ones, but they're sort of averaging around about 3 centimetres, 4 centimetres, something like that maybe. So not massive. About 10 weeks old maybe now, and they're not taking in nearly as much food. So I've just cranked the pump up for the filter to get this water moving now. There are a couple of smaller ones in there that might end up getting sucked up the pump, but at this stage that's fine by me. It is what it is. If they don't get predated by the bigger ones, then they'll go up the pump. It's one of those things. I can't keep wrapping a bag around it because it's just chugging up too much, and with me going away I need to ensure I've got that flow through. So it'll be fine. We're only away until Sunday, so it's not, we're going on Thursday morning, so it's not a huge amount of time, but it's long enough that if it chugs up it'll stop the flow. So sorry, I'm just looking down at them all. So I'll flip you around, we'll have a quick look. We'll have a quick look in here, and then I'll get these out. The water was green in there, as you know, so they're sat in some quite murky water at the moment. So we'll fish them out, we'll count them out, hoping there's 40. I think it was 42 in there, and there were 2 with defects, so the chicken's got a treat. Waste not, want not, and all that. So yeah, we'll have a flip round, have a quick look in the pond, see what's what in there, and then we'll have a look at these when we get them out. So we can see they've got plenty of room in here, and tell you what, there's better view of them over there. There's probably more of them in that corner. But they're all, you know, pretty much the same size, and tend to hover down in that corner as well. Down there with a few bigger ones, and there are still a couple of tiddlers in there as well. But generally speaking, they're not too bad. And there's a good mix in there. They look nothing at this size, they really don't, but the ones that are in the bucket down here are significantly bigger. With the heat in the greenhouse, and they got more live food, but the live food's pretty much done for now. So yeah, so we'll fish these out of this bowl. I've got a floating net there. These have been in this water in here for about 45 minutes. There wasn't a stone in it. I've just taken it out. The stone's down there before anybody shouts at me. That was in there. So I'm just going to start fishing them out now. Drop them in there, and we'll have a proper look at them in a second. So I thought I'd just come to the light, the main light where the door is. I mean, there's windows in here. There's another one over my shoulder there. So it does get quite a bit of light, but it just starts to go this time of the evening in the winter as the sun's setting over there. It starts to get a little bit dark in here. So I just brought these into the light. As you can see, the water's murky as hell. So I'm just going to try and just fish a couple out gently, and just see what we've got. So as we know, these were from the Kajaku spawning. So a couple of nice patterns starting to form. A couple of Ginmatsubas in there. So they'll go, couldn't really tell obviously at the time of popping them in. That one's got some nice colour to it already, nice yellow, which hopefully will go red. A couple of Yamabukis, little tiny one, that one, but there is a slightly bigger one somewhere in here. Now this is a nice one, the one in the middle there. Now these are Aragoki Ichiba, Aragoki Ginrin Ichiba. Oh, there he goes. A couple more Kajaku. So there's a couple of those Aragoki in here, full scaled. There's another Kajaku. See how the pattern develops on that one. A little bit of a dirty head at this stage, but we'll see what happens. Developing quite nicely. Again, they're still very young, but they're starting to get some size. There's a better Yamabuki. And another couple of the darker Kajaku. So they were across with an Aragoki metallic Ichiba with the Kajaku is what they've come from. And then the Aragoki, the Chagoi, Aragoki Ichiba. There's another one in there. Oh, there you go. Hop. They've come from Rick at New Forest. He sent me a bag of those up, so there's another one there. You can see some really nice Aragoki scales on them. Don't want to keep them out of the water too long, but it doesn't hurt them. So, and again, look at that one there. Can't really see in the orange bucket, but some cracking scaling on them already. So, and I can see the Ginrin on them coming through, which unfortunately I don't think you'll be able to. Another lighter Kajaku there. So yeah, so we'll count these in, and I'll drop them in the nest and see whether we can get a better look at them. So we're up to 22. There's still more in the bowl. I was counting them, but Mad Dog from Westcroft Koi phoned me for a quick chat. So it's always nice to catch up with Glenn. So if you haven't been on, I'm sure you must have been on Mad Dog's channel, bloody hell fire. But if you haven't, get out from under your rock and go and have a look. And have a look at his website as well for Westcroft Koi. He's got some fantastic fish. I've got one of his that I bought last year that I'm really happy with. It's doing really well. So yeah, top man, really nice fella. Anyway, 22. I'm shouting because the bloody pump's too loud, and I don't know. It's either going to come over the video as me bawling, or it'll be okay. Anyway, either way, we can see them a little bit better now in this clearer water. So yeah, you can see some nice. I particularly like that one down there. It's got a nice metallic sheen to it. Nice pattern forming. Like I say, there's a couple of the more sort of Ginmatsubas, but they have got a bit of pattern. There's one of the Ginrin, Ichiba, or Chagoi, Aragoki types. Again, reasonable pattern starting in that. Let's see. That one down there is quite a nice looking one as well. So yeah, on the whole, they've not been too bad. But I will literally be keeping maybe 10 at the most of these to see how they perform, and they'll go back into the greenhouse in the spring when the temperatures come up, and we'll see how they go. It's a pity that one hasn't got a bit more pattern on it, because it's got a relatively clear head, but there's not a great deal of pattern forming on it. So that one there is more of the Ichiba. Bit of Ginrin in it as well. I don't know whether that's one of the Aragoki ones or whether that's from mine. It looks more Wagoi scaled, that one, so we'll see how that one goes. And a nice Yamabuki, like I say. So, and then the tiddle is in here. So we'll get the rest of these out. We're at 22 at the moment, so hopefully there's another 18 in there. We'll hoik them out, we'll get them in, and we'll see what's what. Catch you in a sec. So yes, there we go, 40 exactly, so that was all right. All present and correct. Happy enough with that. Just trying to get this net down out of the way a little bit. So again, you can see in there some of the paler ones, got really nice patterns forming. Some of the darker Kajaku types, again some nice patterns. That one's quite a nice one. Another one there. And then we've got some of these fully scaled Ginrin Aragoki, Achibas, Chagois. Etc. So yeah, on the whole, I'm quite happy with the way some of these have turned out from that metallic spawning as a little bit of an experiment. And we'll see how some of these develop, see how the patterns develop. I think that's one of the Achibas. That certainly is. So yeah, we'll let these go. They're well acclimatised in there now, and we'll let them be free. I'm mixing with the rest of them. I have got the hose going in, but I've put some sodium bisulfate in as well. I tend to use that, which is very good at dechlorinating the water. I'm tempted to put a bit of clay in, but we'll see. So yeah, let's get these out. So I'll catch you guys later. Enjoy your weekends, whatever you're doing. I'm sure I'll keep up on some of the videos. There's far too many to watch them all in one hit these days, but I do try my best to get on them. Some fantastic ones out there. Like I say, I'm just vlogging my hobby, but there's some really, really interesting videos that go out there. Vince down at New Forest Koi is very good. Dave, Black Country Koi, Mad Dog, as I've said. Eden Koi Pond, Up North Koi Pond, Jamie Keeping It Koi. He's done some fantastic ones recently. He's warts and all, Jamie, and he's very honest and very thorough. So superb one there with the ozone gel on a Paulie Koi. We've all been there, so I made up for him that he's managed to pull that one around. But yeah, enjoy it, and I'll catch up with you guys soon.